لا والله زي فهمنا فيه بس درس جديد صح.
One graph is between
Dose and percentage.
Okay. When we plotted the dose and percent response, we go to two things we can ask. What is the shape of this graph? Shape or nature or property of graph? Same thing.
Sigmoid.
Okay? No, this is parabola. Shape of graph. Shape. Yeah. In other words, we can say the nature of the graph. Nature. Okay. In other words, we can say it nature. Yeah. Property. Shape. All the things are same. Okay. Nature, property, or shape. Okay. What is the nature of this graph? The graph is parabola type. E-A-R-A. The graph is parabola. Okay. What is its application? Why we are doing this? Why we have performed this experiment? What is the use? ED50. We find out the ED50 value. How much drug is required to produce 50% effect? Okay. So this is the dose. If I am calculating the 50% dose, that is called ED50. Where is the 50% response? 40%, and here is the 50%. Okay. And then going to the dose scale. Here is the ED50. So what is the application? ED50 calculation. Okay. What is the application? ED50 calculation. Okay.
Like this.
Yeah. If this graph is given to you, what you have to answer? I will write. This is the plot, or this is the graph from the dose response curve of acetylcholine on abdomen, rectus muscle of frog, or smooth muscle. Any muscle is there. I will ask you. What is the shape of this graph? This is the parabola graph. What is the application of this graph? ED50 calculation. Okay. Enough? Once this graph is plotted in between, this dose is converted to the log dose. Log dose. Here is the dose, and here is the dose is converted into the log dose, and the percentage response is same percentage response. Okay. 50% response. Okay. Now this parabola graph changes into the sigmoid graph. What is the shape of this graph? Shape is sigmoid. What is the application of this graph? Application is EC50. Because log dose is the concentration. Here was the dose, so it is called ED50. And this is the 50% concentration, so it is called EC50. This is called EC50. Okay. Application is EC50. EC is effective, C is the concentration. Effective concentration which produce 50% response. What is the 50? 50 is the 50% response. For example, a new drug is under trial, like paracetamol. Paracetamol is antipyretic drug. Paracetamol is antipyretic drug. We are researching a new drug for antipyretic. We are researching a new drug for as a paragesic, okay? Antipyretic, okay? How we listen. How we will say this drug is effective for fever? We are trying it. First we are trying it on animal, then it is trial for the human. That is called clinical trial. We calculate the ED50 and EC50 value. If this unknown drug, for example, this is antipyretic, if this unknown drug, the 400 gram of this drug producing antipyretic effect in 100 people, 50 people out of 100 people. So it is said, okay, this is okay. If it is producing 50% response, it's okay. This is antipyretic. But the value we are calculating on the basis of this study. Okay. If it is, for example, we have taken 100 people for trial or for study, it is producing its effect only on 30 people. That is not taken as a drug. Okay. No, this is a failure. This is not. At least 50% people should respond. Okay. Now we are converting the dose into the concentration. What was the concentration? So it is calculated by this graph. The dose is converted into the log dose, then we will found the concentration of the drug. Okay.
So I see 50 concentration.
Yeah. C is the concentration.
E by 50
D is the dose.
Okay, okay.
Okay?
Doctor, the 50 for what?
50 means 50% response.
For the human, you mean?
Anything. If it is tissue, that is called tissue response. If it is a human, that is called human response. The response we are sometimes, first we try on the isolated tissue, then we try on the whole animal, then we try on the whole body, human body.
Concentration that make effect.
Yeah, concentration that produce effect. Yeah, 50% effect. Yeah, 50% because we are not taking care of the patient, we are taking the tissue. Okay? We are taking the tissue. The maximum tissue response is, for example, 4 inch, 4 millimeter. Listen me, listen me. Listen me. This is the graph. This is the response. What was the maximum response? Yeah, maximum response you recorded. You recorded 44 millimeter. Maximum response for this tissue you recorded here 44 millimeter. So what is the 50% response?
22.
22. So what is the dose of the drug which produced 22 millimeter response? We are calculating by this graph.
Which one?
This graph.
The ball.
Okay. Here is no 22. Here is no 22. We have not recorded 22. We have recorded here 3 millimeter, 5, 11, 22, and last one is the 44. But in between these records there is no 22. But 22 is the 50% response. So how we will calculate? We plot the graph, then we calculate by the graph. 50% response. You recorded first response. You recorded 2 millimeter. Okay. Second response you recorded 6 millimeter. Third response you recorded 15 millimeter. Fourth response you recorded, for example, 30 or 20. Fifth response you recorded 30. And sixth response you recorded 40. 45. Maximum response is 45. What is the 50%? 50% is 22.5. Where 22.5? We have not recorded 22.5. It is lying in between these, no?
4 and 5.
No. It is in between this.
4 and 5.
It is in between this. What is in between this? What is the dose in between this? I don't know. The dose is, for example, 1 and 4 and 5. I don't know the between dose. How to calculate the between dose? By this graph.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
So we need to draw or just answer the question?
So 6, 15, 20, 30, 45. Here.
لا قال لك هيكون
This axis.
تحدد هو ما فهمتش بس
My friend, I am giving the example. This is not a record of your experiment.
فاهمه كيف
I am bringing the example. I want to make it understand for you. This is not a record of your experiment. Not the record of the experiment. I am saying you are taking dose 1 milligram, for example, it is producing this response. 2 milligram producing this response. 3 milligram producing this response. What is the 50% response? 50% response is, for example, here. For example, what is the maximum response? 45. What is the 50% response? Half of the 45? 22.5. Where is the 22.5? It will be between 20 and 30. The 22.5 millimeter will be between this one. What is the dose? The dose will be the between 4 and 5 milligram. Between 4 and 5 milligram, it may be 4.1, 4.2, 4.5, 4.9, anything will be there. But I don't know how to calculate exact value. Exact value is calculated by the graph. Once you are plotting the graph, where is the 50%? It will give exact value.
So that you draw a graph between the dose and the response.
This is the dose curve. Dose curve ED50, concentration curve give ECT. Once you will convert this 1 milligram into the log 1, that is the concentration.
Okay. Now, if you want to draw a graph between the dose and response.
EC50, once you will convert those into the log value. For EC50, we are converting the dose into the log dose. Here it is automatically calculating. Okay? You are not going to calculate. It is giving the automatic value. Log concentration here. Log concentration here, okay? It is giving automatic calculation. Okay? The graph is also automatic. You are not going to plot the graph. I am giving you only the graph, you have to write this.
In the exam, you give you the values in the table or in the